Hey everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to edit an existing project in Monograph. To start, click on Projects to see an overview of all of your projects. For this example, we're going to edit 12 Beacon Street, which as you can see is a proposed project based on the dashed outline shown here. Let's say you submitted this project and thought it would start in June, but there were delays and it's looking like it's now going to be in September. There's a few things that you're going to want to update, including dates, phases, and fees. The first thing we're going to do is update the status from proposed to active, and then click update. So now looking at the project overview, it shows that the project is solid, which means that it's now an active project that we're going to build towards. But before we're able to build, we first need to edit the dates of our phases and assign the project to the team. Click on the edit button to open up the planner. First, we can see that we currently have 3 existing phases: schematic design, design development, and construction documentation. We know that we need to add construction administration, so click in the drop-down menu to add it from here. We can see that it's been populated at the bottom, so now we need to go back and edit our dates. We know that schematic design isn't starting in June since it's now almost September, but before I change the dates here, let's link these phases together so that the dates automatically update each other. The way that linked phases works is, we know that design development isn't going to start for this project until schematic design is done. So we're going to link design development to schematic design, construction documentation to design development, and construction administration to construction documentation. I skipped over schematic design because there's no phase before schematic design in this particular project. Now let's change the dates. We'll have this phase start on September 1st and end on September 30th. And now you'll notice that all of the dates following this phase have changed. You can always go back and update these farther, but for now it's a good starting place unless you have more specific dates that you can enter. Now that we've updated our dates, let's update our project budget. Looking at the total fee, we can see that it was $50,000 when we had submitted the proposal, but now that that's changed, we need to edit this as well. Click the Edit button next to Total Fee to open the budget calculator. Then you'll want to unlock the 2 locks that are next to Total Fee and Project Budget. We know that the total fee is now $80,000, so let's update that here and lock the total fee. Next, we now have consultants on the team, so we'll be allocating $15,000 towards them and add that here. We can see that our project budget is $65,000, so let's lock and update that here. And now we can see that the numbers at the top of the project planner have been updated based on the information we entered in the budget calculator. Now we want to make sure that the new $65,000 budget has been properly allocated across all of our phases. To adjust the budget for each of our phases, we'll need to go through and unlock these budgets. So as I unlock them, I'm going to go ahead and change the allocation to 25%. I'm going to do this so that we allocate them evenly, just for the sake of this demo. So as I'm going through, I'm unlocking them, changing the percentage, and relocking them. So now we can see that our budget is evenly divided across the 4 phases. Now, when you submitted this proposal, you took a guess at who would be on it, but you likely didn't know everyone that would be working on the project, as well as the total hours that they would each be working. Again, for the sake of this example, I'm going to be allocating hours using even percentages, but you can use specific hours as well. So let's say I know I want to add my project designer, Elaine, to 3 of these phases. I'm going to go ahead and add her here, and I'm going to allocate 40% of the hours on each of these phases. Again, I'll add her in construction documentation, Elaine. Oh, and we can see here I accidentally added 50% of the hours, which as you can see, puts me over budget for this phase. I'm going to go ahead and go back and adjust that to 40. And lastly, for construction administration, I know that I just want my project manager, Hansel, on this phase, so I'm going to allocate 100% of my budget to him, since he's the only one on this phase. So now we've updated our dates, our project, and our allocated percentages of time to the team members. Now, let's click on Next to go to the Consultants Planner. We updated our budget to allocate $15,000 to consultants because we need to hire a civil engineer. To add them, click on Add a Consultant, Civil Engineer, and add your $15,000 budget. You'll now see that your remaining consultant budget has been updated to 0. Lastly, click Next again to go to the General Project page. Here, you can double-check your project information to make sure that none of it has changed. For instance, if I need to make sure that my project address is correct, or if I need to add any necessary categories. You can also add any notes if needed. For instance, it looks like based on this note, we might need to go back and adjust this project later on. Now, click Done, and you'll be taken back to the project overview where you can see all of your updates are now reflected correctly. And that's it. I'm Kelsey, and thanks for following along. If you have any additional questions, check out our support center or send us a message for additional support. Thank you.